Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys That Magic. This is Hunter and Shane. Say what's up.
What's up?
We are back. It's been a while since we've seen you guys. Hope you guys have had a great holiday season. We are full speed ahead in the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty spoilers. We missed the first day, however, because we were both busy. But we are going to go ahead and make a giant video here. So if you're interested in our opinions on any of the specific cards, go ahead and look it down in the description down below. We will have it all time-stamped. So if you want to hear our opinion on a certain card, go ahead and click timestamp, and we'll get you there. Otherwise, stick around for all the rares and the mythics, as we'll be talking about every single one that was announced on Thursday, and today being Friday, January 28th. So, let's go ahead and get straight into it with the first card, Thousand-Faced Shadow. Thousand-Faced Shadow is 1 blue mana for a 1/1 creature human ninja. It has ninjutsu that costs 2 and 2 blue. If you guys don't remember what ninjutsu does, it means you can return an unblocked attacker you control to your hand and put this card onto the battlefield from your hand, tapped and attacking. So it's kind of just like a switcheroo. It also has flying, and it also states when it enters the battlefield from your hand, if it's attacking, create a token that's a copy of another target attacking creature. The token enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. Shane, what do you think about this card?
It's pretty wild. It's I think it's because it's an early threat, right? So you can drop it turn 1 or turn 4, and I think that it has value anytime you play it. So I think it's pretty nuts.
I guess, but the more value is the 4 mana ninjutsu, right?
I mean, yeah, but you can also could also trigger.
It's just a 1 mana 1/1 flyer.
I guess that's true. I
So
guess that's true.
The only value here is just the ninjutsu.
I was thinking that you can just attack with it, but it only triggers if it entered. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, if it enters from your hand, if it's attacking, then you do that. So it has to trigger from the ninjutsu. Otherwise, it's kind of nothing. So this essentially is just a 4 mana thing.
That's interesting, actually. But never mind. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it, just because it doesn't do anything besides being a 1/1 flyer. If you don't play it with ninjutsu, I don't think this should have been a rare.
Yeah, I don't know. I
could be
feel like
wrong.
unless we're missing something, I don't. Because the way you described it, that is weird. It's like this. The trigger only happens if it ninjutsus, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's I mean, I get it. Ninjutsu's very strong, especially with the ability, I guess. But otherwise, it's just a body.
Or maybe you can give it like haste or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
All right. Moving on. Next up is a new mechanic they've added, which is a flip saga. They've made sagas flip. So this one is the Kami War. The Kami War costs 1, a white, a blue, a black, a red, a green. Its first trigger for the saga is exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls. The second trigger is return up to 1 other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, then each opponent discards a card. On its third trigger, it states, exile this saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. It transforms into O-Kagachi, made manifest. It is an enchantment creature dragon spirit that is a 6/6. It states that it is all colors. It's got flying and trample, and it says when it attacks, defending player chooses a non-land card in your graveyard. Return that card to your hand. It gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the mana value of that card. Whew.
Yeah, that was a lot to read.
It was a lot to read. There's a
I have
lot
a
going on
question.
with this card. What's your question?
How do you pronounce the set name?
What do you mean?
The
Kamigawa?
set. Okay. How do you pronounce this card?
The Kami War?
Yeah, you said Kamigawa, and then you called this card the Kami War. I was wondering why you're just
Kamigawa?
differentiating. Yeah.
The Kami?
Kami.
Kami War. Sorry, the
Kami
Kami
War,
War.
dude, we're commies. All right, either way. This card seems really cool, but like I think we talked about this earlier. That color scheme is nuts, dude.
The just Wooburg?
Like, is that real? Like, am I gonna play this card, dude? I don't know.
It's very hard to play because it is Wooburg, but I mean, we used to see back in the day during Standard, Wooburg was a real threat at the time. So the Kami War, Wooburg, very hard to cast.
Yeah.
Unless you're running something specific. But this is a very powerful card on the backside.
It does a lot of shit, dude.
That's really cool.
Are we gonna have like the land based even play 5 color? Like comfortably? That'd be rough.
We will get to some of the lands. Some of the rare lands in this set are
sorry.
pretty interesting.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think it's hard to cast. Someone like this screams remove me before it flips.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it is a little harder to remove before it flips because it's not a creature, so.
But it also doesn't do anything if your graveyard's empty.
True.
And if an opponent picks like a land, if you had a land, it gets +0. I don't know.
I mean, if you got 6 mana to spend on this thing, though, your graveyard better not be empty.
True. I mean, you could run a bunch of counter. It's a Wooburg. I don't know.
Exactly.
Let's move on. All right. Next up, we have Ow, the Dawn Sky. Ow is 3 and 2 white for a 5/4 legendary creature dragon spirit. It's got flying and vigilance. It says, when it dies, choose one. You can either look at the top 7 cards of your library, put any number of non-land permanent cards with total mana value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Or you could put 2 +1/+1 counters on each permanent you control. That's a creature or vehicle.
Like spirits, dude.
You do like spirits. This is a dragon spirit. What do you think of this one?
It's actually kind of crazy that this only costs 5 mana.
5 mana, 5/4 flying vigilance. Pretty good stats.
Yeah. Like, these are the kind of things that Wizards are always like, this is a lot of stuff. I'm just going to make it like 6 or 7 mana.
Then when it dies, it has upside. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. So as long as it doesn't get exiled, we're chilling.
Yeah, that's true. You'll see a card later on that I think is spoilers. I think there's a better dragon spirit already, but
oh shit,
you'll hear it from me. But this is a pretty good one, man. Especially when it puts it on vehicles too. Woo.
Yeah,
vehicles are a real thing in this set.
And I mean, 4 or less. That's like that could be a lot of your deck. You could just flip over and dump on the battlefield.
You're running mono white, yeah, dude. A little low to the grounds.
Yeah. Typically, probably wouldn't roll with this thing in a mono like white weenie.
Maybe 2 of.
Maybe.
Yeah, I like it. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Ow. Ao.
Ao, dude.
Ao.
Well, think about it. It's probably Ao.
Well, we're going to move on to another dragon spirit. This is Kairi, the Swirling Sky. Kairi is 4 and 2 blue for a 6/6 legendary creature dragon spirit. It's got flying and ward 3. You know, I love ward. When Kairi dies, choose one. You can either return any number of target non-land permanents with total mana value 6 or less to their owner's hands, or mill 6 cards, then return up to 2 instant or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand.
Is this the one you thought was better?
You'll see. I'll tell you when.
Okay, because I was like, this is not. I mean, this is different. I wouldn't call this better.
Oh, they're all different.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, I thought you were hinting at this card from the previous card. Card seems cool. I like the other card because you get to put them around the battlefield. This is in your hand. So I guess you'll get their, like, ETB again, but wait. You get their ETB no matter what. Never mind.
It's not an ETB. It's a death trigger.
I just meant from the cards that you're putting back in your hand.
Right.
So if you wanted to cast them again. I don't know. This is a cool card, too.
You can also just bounce your opponent's stuff, too.
Yeah.
If you really needed to. It does cost 6. That is expensive. But the ward 3, a little more difficult to get rid of it with removal.
Maybe not that it's expensive, just the fact that you're already playing that fucking Kraken. So the high-end slot probably is already taken in your deck. But
true.
You never know. Is it better than the Kraken? No.
All right, we're going to move on to another dragon spirit. This is Kyodai, Soul of Kamigawa. This is 3 and a white for a 3/3 legendary creature dragon spirit as Flash. It also has flying. It says when it enters the battlefield, another target permanent gains indestructible for as long as you control Kyodai. Pay a white, a blue, a black, a red, and a green. Kyodai gets +5/+5 until end of turn. Another Wooburg.
Is this the dragon you liked more?
Nope. I'll let you know.
'Cause
I'll
this is a
say
cool
it when
card
I'm
too.
done reading it. I'll say this is the one I like more.
Okay, well, I feel like we're gonna run out of dragon spirits here in a minute, but this is a cool card. 4 mana for a flash that saves another creature. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
It is. It.
Wooburg I think is cool, but I feel like unless you're playing EDH, you're probably not gonna be building this in a Wooburg deck.
You just put this in the Kami War, and then
Yeah, there you
and
go.
you're just running Wooburg now, right?
I guess that's what we're doing, dude.
Just start running all the legendary dragons.
I just feel like you could benefit from this card without even running Wooburg,
True.
in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I think it's a very good card. It definitely protects your stuff for only 4 mana. That's solid.
Not bad.
All right, let's move on to a Planeswalker. This is the Wandering Emperor. The Wandering Emperor is 2 and 2 white for a starting loyalty of 3. It has Flash. We got Flash on a Planeswalker. It states, as long as the Wandering Emperor entered the battlefield this turn, you may activate her loyalty abilities anytime you can cast an instant. So basically, flash her in, automatically just use one of her loyalty abilities. Our loyalty abilities are, you get a +1 that says put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target creature. It gains first strike until end of turn. It has a -1 ability that says create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance. And it has a -2 ability that says exile target tapped creature. You gain 2 life. I think this is an amazing Planeswalker,
I think so too.
especially with that flash, man. That is really good. You flash this in if someone's attacking you. You can exile it, gain 2 life. Or you can put a 1/1 counter on a target creature and give it first strike. And that really screws up someone's attack.
The first time we've ever
Yeah,
seen a Planeswalker with a flash.
I think so. They were making a big deal about it over the announcement video that Wizards put out. So
It's interesting because I feel like we would have seen this earlier, like with the amount of quote unquote wizards. I feel like
mm.
wizard planeswalkers would be like, "Oh look, I can flash. I'm a wizard." And
Oh
we just
gosh,
flash.
I'm a
I don't know.
wizard.
It seems like a wizard ability.
Hey man, it's an emperor. Okay.
Apparently, the emperor could do it, but wizards can't. Seems good.
No, but I'm a huge fan of this. This is essentially a white removal on a planeswalker.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Let's move on to another planeswalker they announced. This is Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh. Tezzeret is back. He costs 2 and 2 blue for a starting loyalty of 4. He has a static ability that says the first activated ability of an artifact you activate each turn costs 2 less to activate. Its Planeswalker ability has got a +1 that says draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards, unless you discard an artifact card. It has a -2 ability that states target artifact becomes an artifact creature. If it isn't a vehicle, it has base power and toughness 4/4. It also has a -6 that states you get an emblem with whenever an artifact you control becomes tapped, draw a card.
Doesn't
Very
have,
strong ultimate.
doesn't have flash.
Doesn't have flash. You're correct.
That's just gonna be like the barrier of entry now from now on. Not good enough.
Doesn't have not flashed in. Sorry.
No, this seems pretty damn good for artifact decks, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a staple in artifact decks, I'd say. That obviously that are running blue. But
Let's see. Comes in at 4. It's gonna be a couple turns. Yeah, I guess you can get there quickly. Never mind.
mhm.
Mm.
We'll have to take a look to see if Tezzeret is. There's a lot of artifacts in this set, and a lot of vehicles in this set, and as we know, those are artifacts.
It's
So
interesting. But it's weird that they actually have to differentiate. If it's a vehicle, it doesn't get to do that. So if it's a
Yeah, because if
vehicle,
it's a vehicle, it just automatically crews itself, basically. It comes alive.
oh, because it's a creature.
Yeah, it's already a creature.
Got it. Got it.
So if like your vehicle's a 6/6, it just comes alive as a 6/6.
No, it's a 4/4.
If it isn't a vehicle.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so essentially makes it into a vehicle.
Interesting. Got it.
All right, let's move on. We have a Phyrexian. This is Jin-Gitaxias, Progress Tyrant. He costs 5 and 2 blue for a 5/5. It is a legendary creature, Phyrexian Praetor. States whenever you cast an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. This ability triggers only once each turn. It also has another ability that says whenever an opponent casts an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, counter that spell. This ability triggers only once each turn. Pretty big. I
mean,
think
it better be. It's expensive as fuck.
it is very expensive, but we have already seen in blue decks that 7 mana is nothing because we have Hullbreaker Horror 7
know.
mana already.
I know.
So 7 mana is not a lot. And this causes your opponent, if you have this card on the field, an opponent to use, they have to have 2 removal to essentially kill this. Because it just counters the first one.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, dude. Tell me your theory, dude.
My theory is they looked at this card coming out because I think this drops on the 10th, which is in not next week, but the week after. I think they banned Auron's Epiphany because of this card. Because this
It's
just
kind of like, oh
automatically
shit,
duplicates Auron's.
dude. Dude? What if? Oh, it's only once per turn. Never mind. So what if you played that one card that copies the next spell you play, but then that wouldn't matter.
Yeah, this would
Wait, would
copy
it?
that one. This
It would
would
copy
copy that
that
spell.
copy, which
Right.
would then
And
in
then you
turn
can
do it
play
twice.
Auron's, and that would be 3.
Ooh. Yeah, ban that shit, dude.
Yeah, Jin-Gitaxias is coming. We should get rid of it. That's my
solid,
theory.
though.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I do see this seeing play. So
I'm thinking because like the Hullbreaker Horror is definitely still the deck, but like this could be one of, or just an entirely different deck. Because I feel like they wouldn't run too many in the
both.
same deck, right? That'd be kind of weird.
I don't
You'd have
know.
a really heavy deck.
True. You just counter spell all the way until you get to 7.
Yeah, and then you just have like 2 big fatties. Yeah, it could happen.
All right, let's move on. We have a legendary land. This is Boseiju, Who Endures. Boseiju, Who Endures is a legendary land. You can tap it for a green. It also has a new ability called Channel. Channel states pay 1 and a green and discard this card to destroy target artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land an opponent controls. That player may search their library for a land with a basic land type, put it onto the battlefield, and shuffle. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. So this is a pretty strong card. You're
I don't get
paying
the
1 mana to destroy an artifact, enchantment,
yeah.
or non-basic land.
It's weird that like this ability costs 1 less for each. Like, but it could only ever just cost 1 less.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what the fuck? Also, isn't it just like madness? Isn't that kind of what channel is?
I mean, you're not discarding
I know
madness,
it's a
are
little
you?
different. Yeah, no, it's different. Madness. Oh, well, no,
Yeah.
you are, but it's from the discarded card. You just wait. Yeah, it's different. I know it's different, but it seems very similar. Cool, dude. New ability, channel.
Channel, new ability.
New ability, dude.
I think he's going to be very strong.
This art's fucking dope. It's like a futuristic city with a tree in the middle.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Whoa.
Whoa. All right, let's move on to another Planeswalker. This is Tamiyo, Compleated Sage. Tamiyo costs 2, a green, a Phyrexian green or blue, and a blue. What does that mean, you might ask? Well, you can either pay with the Phyrexian mana. You can pay either a green, a blue, or 2 life. If life is paid, this Planeswalker enters with 2 fewer loyalty counters. So if you pay this with life to play it, comes in as 3 because the starting loyalty is a 5. It's got a +1 ability that says tap up to 1 target artifact or creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. It has a -X ability that says exile target non-land permanent with mana value X from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card. And it has a -7, which is its ultimate, that states create Tamiyo's Notebook, a legendary colorless artifact token with spells you cast cost 2 less to cast and tap to draw a card. Here's my issue with this card. That ultimate is making an artifact that is not indestructible and very easy to remove.
Yep.
Why?
Because Wizards hates you.
Because Wizard said that's too strong. A -7 starts at 5.
So I mean, you can get there.
You can get there. I mean, it makes all your spells cost 2 less, and you can tap to draw a card. Very good. Very good.
I think I like this from a design standpoint too, because like what you in the very beginning, what you said, dude. If you paid with life, essentially it's just neutering the card, but it's making it cheaper. It's like that's actually really cool from a design point. But then you're way far away from 7. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's I mean the tapping ability obviously is very good too, but
Yeah, true.
overall if you don't pay with life this costs 5. Seems pretty heavy for just a Planeswalker that doesn't do I mean it only taps one thing. I mean you can make a copy of a card for the exact same amount of mana that you paid for that card in the graveyard. So that's cool too, but again, you have to pay 5 to get there first.
Doesn't really protect itself either. I mean, it does if you make a copy, but then you're probably getting hurt for a minute or for a bit. You know, like
Yeah.
you'll like minus her to get the protection, so she'll play easy to kill.
Very cool design. I don't know if I'm a big fan, and rest in peace Tamiyo for becoming
Scary.
scary. Next up, we got Goro-Goro, Disciple of Ryusei. Or Ryusei. Either one. 1 and a red for a 2/2 legendary creature, Goblin Samurai. It has an ability where you can pay 1 red, creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. It also has another ability to pay 3 and 2 red, create a 5/5 red dragon spirit creature token with flying. Activate only if you control an attacking modified creature. What is a modified creature? Well, it's anything that has an equipment, an aura, or anything kind of like, or counters on that creature that's kind of modifying it.
Interesting.
Yep. Those are modifications. They're classifying that now.
Create a 5/5 red dragon spirit. So you just create it, but it's like forever? That's cool.
I'll tell you what, though. This is going into mono red goblins that already exists.
Oh shit, it's a goblin samurai.
It is a goblin. Yep.
That's actually pretty cool.
Give everything haste.
Yeah.
It's only 2 mana, too.
2 mana, 2/2. It's a bear, dude. Nice. Dude, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's like creating that dragon out of blood, dude. Look at that shit.
It's very cool, dude.
Card.
I like it. It's going to see play, especially in that deck I just named. Next up, we have another new kind of thing. This is the reality chip. The reality chip is 1 and a blue for a 0/4 legendary artifact creature equipment jellyfish.
What the fuck?
You may look at the top card of your library anytime. As long as the reality chip is attached to a creature, you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. It has a new ability called Reconfigure. Reconfigure is 2 and a blue. What is Reconfigure? Well, if you pay that 2 and a blue, you can attach to a target creature you control or unattach from a creature. Reconfigure only as a sorcery. While attached, this isn't a creature. So essentially, you're just attaching this to a creature.
Okay, wait. I was trying to figure out in my head what makes it different from just equipping, but it's that making it not a creature. So, like, does that mean it can't attack?
Yeah, so you can turn this. It's basically a living equipment, right? You can just equip it to a creature
What?
to give it extra stats, but it
But it wouldn't
also
be a
is a
creature anymore.
creature. Huh?
Oh, the
No, it's
reality chip isn't. Oh,
yeah, the reality
I
chip.
thought it was. I thought it was saying like whatever you attach it to isn't a creature. That's why I was
No,
confused.
no,
Got
this
it.
isn't a creature.
Got it. That's cool.
Yeah. So reconfigure, new ability. We will see more of those in a bit. I think it's pretty
Dude,
cool.
it's like the Mind Stone, dude. Holy shit.
It's the reality stone, dude.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Cool
Yeah,
though,
I
dude. Look at
like
it.
it.
Top part of your library, yeah.
It's pretty
And
cool.
place your top of your deck, dude. Hell yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
Blue deck, dude. Here we come.
Next up, we have a new vehicle. This is Surgehacker Mech. It costs 4 generic mana for a 5/5 artifact vehicle. It has menace. It states when it enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to twice the number of vehicles you control to target a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. It also has a crew of 4.
All right, this is the art and aesthetics that I've been waiting for from Kamigawa. This is
Yeah,
like the neon rider, fucking amazing shit, dude.
it is very cool.
That is very cool. Cool card too.
Very cool. I think, like I said, vehicles huge in this set. We are going to see towards the end, there is a new commander specifically for vehicles that I think you'll be working on. But we'll
Oh,
get to that.
okay.
We'll get to that when we get to that.
This is a cool card though.
Yeah, so I think vehicle tribal, this is going to get it. Vehicle tribal will be a thing.
I kind of wish that. I mean, I guess I couldn't. Never mind. I wish that it wasn't so expensive to crew, but that might just make it too
That's
good.
only a crew of 4.
I know.
When you
I know. I know.
look at Asika's chariot. That's also a crew of 4.
Yeah, but they gave you a lot of shit. Okay, yeah, I don't know. But that let you crew, like that gave the ability to crew with it. Never mind. That's just hard to compare.
With the things it made.
With
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
All right, let's move on. Next up, we have Tameshi, Reality Architect. Tameshi is 2 and a blue for a 2/3 legendary creature, Moonfolk Wizard. We got a bunch of new stuff.
How's a moonfolk?
A Moonfolk, dude. Whenever one or more non-creature permanents are returned to hand, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. It also has an ability of X and a white that states return a land you control to its owner's hand. Return target artifact or enchantment card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery.
It's a very interesting
So,
card.
so bounce a land and replay an artifact enchantment.
Yeah, interesting. I don't like how Wizards is like making sure no card can be broken ever again. But
The trigger only once, over and over. Activate only as a sorcery.
that's just like all we're reading nowadays on cards.
Yeah. Hey, you want to combo off? Good luck.
Go play fucking limited then, or
Play
legacy.
limited.
Legacy.
Exactly.
We don't get to do that in standard.
I think it's very cool. I like how they keep splashing other colors on mono permanents.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it fun. We will talk about this card when we do our commander breakdown.
Blue white, dude, could be
Blue
you.
white, dude. Could be you. All right. Next up, we have another Flip Saga. This time, it's the Dragon Kami Reborn. Dragon Kami Reborn is 2 and a green. Like I said, it's an enchantment saga. First and second ability are the exact same. It states you gain 2 life. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Exile one of them face down with a hatchling counter on it. Then put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. And the third ability says exile this saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. When it's transformed, it turns into Dragon Kami's Egg. Dragon Kami's Egg is a 0/1 enchantment creature egg. States whenever Dragon Kami's egg, or a dragon you control dies, you may cast a creature spell from among cards you own in exile with hatchling counters on them without paying its mana cost.
Interesting.
Yeah, so this has an ability to whiff, which is never great.
Yeah.
So
Hey
I don't
man, this
think
is not Wooburg.
it isn't Wooburg,
Yeah.
but I mean, mono green specifically for dragons isn't too strong.
Not yet.
Could be you.
Could be.
Yeah, but looking at the top 3 cards of your library, you exiled one of them down, hatchling. You're not digging too deep to find something that could be worth playing for free.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you're not running dragons for whatever reason with this card, then I know you're putting 2 of them face down, but then you only have this one egg and you can only play the one. I don't know.
I'll let somebody else figure out how to build it.
I don't know. It's cool design. I'm not a fan.
You know, it's
So
actually
maybe
kind of
it's
cool
not a
too, dude. It's not Wooburg, but the dragons in the picture are almost Wooburg.
Yeah, man. The legendary dragon
Crazy.
spirits.
Crazy.
Crazy. Let's move on to another saga. Flipper. This is Teachings of the Kirin. Teachings of the Kirin is 1 and a green for an enchantment saga. Its first trigger is mill 3 cards. Create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. Jane.
Oh, I love
It
it.
also has the second ability that says put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And the third one says exile the saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. When it's transformed, it turns into Kirin-Touched Orochi. Kirin-Touched Orochi is a 1/1 enchantment creature snake monk. It has, when it attacks, choose 1. You can either exile target creature card from a graveyard. When you do, create a 1/1 colorless spirit token. Or exile target non-land, or exile target non-creature card from a graveyard. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control.
The fuck is a snake monk?
Well, it's a snake monk. What do you mean?
I don't know. This is a cool card
It's a
though.
monk that's a snake.
I like that you
Yeah,
can start targeting your opponent's graveyard with shit, dude.
yeah, that's true. And you love spirits.
I do.
Essentially, what this saga is the front half on a creature on the back half.
Front half. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. It just
So
does the same ability, but in creature form.
yeah, except you're also exiling stuff from a graveyard.
Yeah.
You're exiling a creature, and then you're exiling a non-creature. So I mean, it
You're
does
also
a
not
little
milling.
extra on the backside. But and if you notice in the art, Shane,
It's the
like the last one,
dragons.
it's the colors again. Yeah,
But like they're supposed to be dragons, but they're flowers, dude. It's cute.
it is cute, isn't it?
Cute design, dude. Good job, designers.
Good job, artists. Moving on. This is Biting Palm Ninja. Very on the nose with the name. Biting Palm Ninja is 2 and a black for a 3/3 creature human ninja. It has a ninjutsu of 2 and a black. It states when it enters the battlefield. Oh, sorry. It enters the battlefield with a menace counter on it. When Biting Palm Ninja deals combat damage to a player, you may remove a menace counter from it. When you do, that player reveals their hand and you choose a non-land card from it. Exile that card. Very interesting design, being able to just ditch menace to do something.
Yeah, that's weird. It's also weird that like we've been talking about Kamigawa, and this is only the second card with ninjutsu on it. It's weird.
True. But Biting Palm Ninja, look at that. His palm bites.
Bites, dude. Holy shit. Wonder they figured that out.
I like this card a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't
But
know.
like,
When do you actually remove the menace counter? Do you do it early? Do you wait for their hand to get full?
I kind of feel like I would do it the first turn I attack. right?
So if you're lucky, maybe turn 4.
Well, okay, unless they have only one creature on the field, in which case I'm gonna keep hitting them. Right? That makes sense.
Yeah,
It's like a cool card that we'll see play though.
I think so too. I think maybe mono black. I mean, we've seen a discard deck in mono black already. I think this fits nicely into it.
Yeah.
This one exiles a card too, so it's even worse.
Or just like mono black control, something like that. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, next up we have Mirror Box. Mirror Box is an artifact that costs 3 generic mana. It states the legend rule doesn't apply to permanents you control. Each legendary creature you control gets +1/+1. Each non-token creature you control gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control with the same name as that creature.
Pretty nuts, dude.
This is a nuts artifact. So you can run 4 of those dragon spirits at the same time.
Yeah. I remember telling you about this or talking about this too. There's that Gruul. I looked it up just now too to make sure I was not crazy. There's that Gruul legendary deck that's been going around that just plays a bunch of legendary cards. That'd be nuts, dude. With this card.
Yeah. If you have, let's say you have 4 legendaries on the field, they all get +4/+4 based on this card. Same name, that is.
Right, I was gonna say, wait. Yeah, you definitely have to have the same legendary
The
card.
same exact legendary. They all get +4/+4 on top of being crazy enough because they're legendary.
Yeah.
Seems fun.
Dude, imagine 4 Toskies going at somebody.
I think you figured it out. Somehow protect this too.
Yeah.
I think you got yourself a deck, man.
Yeah. Nuts. Super cool card.
Super cool card. Next up, we have Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair costs 1 and 4 black. It is a sorcery that states target opponent sacks a creature. If they can't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. Then repeat this process for an enchantment and a planeswalker.
That is expensive.
It is. I mean, it's not if you're running mono black, but
Which, I mean, you have to, I know, but just that scares me.
yeah. This is a cycle card, by the way. Invoke. So remember that.
Oh,
We're going to go through another Invoke card.
okay. I mean, how do you judge cards like this? It seems good, but it also seems
Yeah,
bad.
I mean, you're forcing them to sack, and if they can't, you draw a card. That's
Yeah.
really good. I mean, this seems better when their board
Is empty?
has no creatures, but other stuff, like if it has a planeswalker and an enchantment. I don't know. Yeah, I guess if the board's empty, they lose 6 and you draw 3.
Or
5
5.
mana. Seems good.
It's probably better to make them sack shit, though. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I like it. I'm a fan of that card. Will I
I'll say
play
it's
it?
cool.
Maybe not.
Mono black control, dude. You never know.
We got another goblin. This is Scrap Welder. Scrap Welder is 2 and a red for a 3/3 creature goblin artificer. You can tap it, sack an artifact with mana value X, return target artifact card with mana value less than X from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste till end of turn.
Okay, so wait. Interesting.
You sack an artifact
Yeah.
with 5. You can return a target artifact card with mana value less than 5 from your graveyard to the battlefield and give it haste.
Seems good.
It's very specific on the artifact creatures.
I guess
Though.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But with all these cards that we're seeing that are like living equipment, it's not that hard to find. It fits on theme with what they're trying to do with the set, essentially.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a creature. This could just be an artifact that has a very strong ability that we wouldn't be able to play otherwise. I don't know.
Yeah, and it also fits into artifact themed decks that are already available. So
He's a scrap welder, dude.
He's a scrap welder, you know? He's welding scraps. It's just what he does. Next up, we got another legendary land. This is Sokenzan, Crucible of Defiance. Legendary land, like I said, it taps for a red, and it has channel. For channel, you can pay 3 and a red, discard this card, and create 2 1/1 colorless spirit creature tokens. They gain haste until end of turn. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. See, this one makes more sense because it's 3. So
yeah, that's true. This one makes a lot more sense.
It's just a cycle. They all have to write it the same, I guess.
Create 2 1/1 colorless spirit creatures. I mean,
that's all you get.
If you had a couple legendaries, make this cheaper, and you don't need the mana, sure, I guess. I don't know if I'm a big fan of these new lands yet.
Yeah, they just have for. It's just basically the only thing that makes it legendary is getting rid of it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Unless I'm missing something, just give me shock and fetch lands. I don't give a fuck.
Those are so strong.
Exactly. That's what I want.
And finally, this was the last one that was wrapping up Thursday spoilers. These were the 2 face commander cards from the decks that are coming out. The first one we will talk about is Kotori Pilot Prodigy. Kotori Pilot Prodigy is 1, a white and a blue for a 2/4 legendary creature, Moonfolk Pilot. It states vehicles you control have crew 2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target artifact creature you control gains lifelink and vigilance till end of turn. I think that is real good.
Is this the card that you think I'm going to like?
I think you're going to make this one, yeah, because this is blue-white.
Yeah.
All vehicles have crew 2. Can you imagine?
I mean, what's the gnarliest crewed vehicle out there right now?
I mean, we just saw one that was crew 4. That was a 5/5.
That's true.
For crewing it for 2.
It'll cut that in half.
And at the beginning of combat on your turn, target artifact creature you control gains lifelink and vigilance. Just give it to a vehicle.
Yeah, that's actually true. Okay.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty cool card.
Yeah, I like it because it's something we've never seen before.
Yeah, it's a Moonfolk Pilot, dude.
Yeah. And the other face commander, which I probably will be making, is Chishiro, the Shattered Blade. Chishiro is 2 and a red and a green for a 4/4 legendary creature, Snake Samurai. It states, whenever an aura or equipment enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 red spirit creature token with menace. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each modified creature you control. And don't forget, modified creatures have equipment, auras, or counters on them.
Pretty dope.
It is actually pretty dope, right?
Whenever an equipment or aura,
when it enters,
you get a 2/2 menace.
You get a 2/2 menace spirit.
That's not bad, dude.
I know. And then all your stuff. Yeah. It's not once per turn. You could go off with this, dude.
Thank fuck, dude.
Yeah, I like these. And for those listening, we will be doing our $100 and $300 upgrades on these when they show us what's in the actual deck. So,
or maybe
also,
we should just make the decks.
Cards they announce later in this deck or later in this set.
Maybe someone should just like comment and say, "Hey, instead of upgrading the deck, maybe you should just make a deck." That's kind of cool too.
Maybe, but I think the deck itself is going to be dope. I actually might pick up the equipment one. Chishiro. All right, let's move on to today's spoilers. Today's spoiler was March of the Otherworldly Light. March of the Otherworldly Light is X and a white for an instant. States, as an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of white cards from your hand. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. Exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment with mana value X or less. Seems like a very good removal spell.
Yeah. Is this like a promotional art?
No, this is just extended art.
I was like, it doesn't feel like it fits the theme at all.
Not
Like
promotional,
scary.
just extended.
I mean, I get that it has like the little lanterns and shit, but like, I don't know. It looks like a Psycho Dream.
Psycho Dream. That's the one. That's what it
Yeah.
looks like.
It feels like a decent removal. You
I
also
think it's pretty
might
good.
like neuter your hand, but it's whatever.
Yeah, you would do that, but yeah. Oh well.
Oh well.
Next up, we have Kodama of the West Tree. Kodama of the West Tree costs 2 and a green for a 3/3 legendary creature spirit. It has reach. Get it, Kodama? Reach.
Yeah.
Modified creatures you control have trample. Whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. It is so on theme with Kodama's reach. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a really cool spirit, dude.
Right?
It's not like a typical spirit, but like, I like what it does.
Me too. And if you see in the art, that little hand there is Kodama's reach.
Oh shit.
I like it.
I like it
this
too.
card.
It's statted well. It's priced well.
Yeah.
I like it's a good card.
It seems like it would go into that modified commander we just saw, being green.
I mean, this could just go in any green deck, but yeah.
True, but it specifically states modified.
That's okay. You got me.
You got me.
Well, this next card's scary.
Next
I can't
up,
read it.
we have March of Reckless Joy. March of Reckless Joy costs X and a red for an instant that says an additional cost to cast this spell. You may exile any number of red cards from your hand. This spell costs 2 less for each card exiled this way. Exile X cards from the top of your library. You may play up to 2 of them until end of your turn.
It's gonna be like a cycle too, the March cycle.
Yeah, that's correct.
Huh. Which one
There's
do you
a
like so
lot of
far better?
cycles in this set so far. We've seen the March, the Dragon Spirits, and the Invoke.
I don't know. Which card do you think you like better so far? This one or the white one?
I like
feel
the
like they're
white
both-
one better.
Yes, I feel like this one's not
I mean, this one, you still have to cast
a card. Yeah.
those cards. I mean, which is probably why you're getting rid of the red cards in your hand.
Maybe.
But you're also looking at the top cards of your library and trying to figure out how far down do I need to find the card I'm looking for. You
Yeah.
also could whiff. I don't know. Seems
Seems you could like fuck your hand up and then get 2 lands.
Exactly. All right. Next up, we have Tatsunari, Toad Rider. Tatsunari is 2 and a black for a 3/3 legendary creature, human ninja. Looks like he's riding the Gitrog monster.
Pretty dope.
States, whenever you cast an enchantment spell, if you don't create a creature named Kaimi, create Kaimi, a legendary 3/3 black and green frog creature token with whenever you cast an enchantment spell, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. It also has another ability where you can pay 1 a green or blue that states Tatsunari, Toad Rider, and target frog you control can't be blocked this turn, except by creatures with flying or reach.
No
Weird that they added that
ninjutsu,
last
huh?
part. No ninjutsu on this card. You're correct. This card
Weird
also,
that they what? The flying and reach part?
yeah, they added flying and reach. Why did they add that?
Maybe the toad jumps up and tries to fly over him or something.
Nothing about this card states they could fly.
I don't know, dude. The lore? I don't know.
I don't know.
Not sure.
I mean, I think the card's cool. I mean, enchantments, and it's in 3 colors. If you wanted to make it a commander.
Yeah.
We'll see, and we will talk about it more again in our commander grades video. All right, next up, we have Junji, the Midnight Sky. This is my favorite dragon spirit, Shane.
Oh,
Junji, the Midnight Sky, costs 3 and 2 black for a 5/5 legendary creature dragon spirit. It has flying and menace. When it dies, choose one. You can either have each opponent discard 2 cards and lose 2 life, or put a target non-dragon creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You lose 2 life.
so it's always the second one, yeah. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it seems
No.
pretty
You
good.
can have an opponent discard too. That's cool. The second one seems really strong if there's like a fatty in your opponent's graveyard.
Yeah, I like this card.
Yeah, I do too.
5 mana, 5/5 flying menace.
I like this one too. The white one was good. 5/4 vigilance. But I guess I can see why you like this one better.
Yeah, just the ability to put any creature, I mean non-dragon, sure, any creature back onto the battlefield for free when it dies.
Dude, grab your opponent's Hullbreaker Horror.
That'd be fun.
That's a cool card, dude.
Yeah, I'm just a really big fan of this card. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I like it too.
Next up, we have Lizard Blades. Lizard Blades is 1 and a red for a 1/1 artifact creature, Equipment Lizard. It has double strike. It states equipped creature has double strike, and you can reconfigure this for 2, which means you can attach it to something else.
That's pretty badass, dude.
Yeah.
So it's a 1/1 double striker, or you can attach
put
it
it on
and just
something
give
else.
whatever you want double strike.
Uh-huh.
I like it.
Yeah. I think it's a very good 2-drop, and then just
Yeah.
put it on something bigger
Yeah.
later. I like Lizard Blades. Pretty dope.
Pretty dope, dude.
And our final card today. I'm glad you made it to this video this far. This is Invoke Calamity. Like I said, another Invoke. This is 1 and 4 red for an instant that states you may cast up to 2 instant and or sorcery spells with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard and or hand without paying their mana costs. If those spells would be put into your graveyard, exile them instead. Exile Invoke Calamity.
I like the card.
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to I'm just thinking about it the first time seeing it. Like it seems pretty decent. Is there a downside? I guess the downside is that it's mono red that you're playing this in.
True. I mean, burn spells. If you play burn spells.
So what spells are you playing that would be worth? I mean, I guess any of them would be worth it, but in my mind, they have to add up
mana total.
that mana, right? Yeah. Well, they have to add up to the mana you're spending, or it's not worth it, right?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't want to just play 2 1/1s again. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know.
Depends on how bad you need something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There might be a world. I'm not sure what the world is, but cool card.
Well, that is it for today's spoilers. Shane, do you have a favorite card from the spoilers we went over?
We just went over so many fucking cards, dude.
Jin-Gitaxias? It's a pretty good one.
Maybe one of the dragons?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Junji, that last one we talked about. I like him a lot.
I'm going to say that, I can't even say the fucking card name. I'm surprised you did. The Soul of Kamigawa. I like that one.
Kyodai.
Kyodai.
That's a pretty good one. The Wooberg, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will see you all on Monday because they don't really do too many spoilers over the weekend, so we'll just all condense the weekend spoilers with the Monday spoilers. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Until then, go ahead and hit that like button on our video if you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to go and follow us on our Instagram. That's where we post the commons and uncommons if you want to know what those cards are. We post every single card from the set that gets spoiled over on our Instagram. That's at Guys That Magic. And also follow us on our Twitter as well. Yeah. Until next time, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Bye-bye.